Does the MAUS suck? Short answer, no. As we know, the mobility is not the best. One of the strategy I use when using MAUS is to use pathways near buildings for cover, since its height can be easily abused by shorter tanks, and using the building to block them when they side hug is helpful. Another tactic I use is to use only one type of shell, in order to null the secondary gun ammo, since it takes a lot of space, which lessens your survivability when shot. As we can see, there's barely anything inside. In contrast, when you use a second ammo type, you gain secondary ammo at the same time, which you can't adjust how many to bring. The ammo I recommend you use is the APCBC. Due to its balanced penetration and TNT equivalent, I prefer the PZGR shell, although 128 also works, with less TNT equivalent. Despite its strong armor, it is vulnerable to ATGMS and heaps. Even if you angle the tank at its best, ATGMS and heaps can still pen. That is why it is recommended to not use a secondary shell type. Don't forget about bombs. There are cases you don't die from it, but most likely you will if there's 2 or more near you. That is why staying near buildings is important, so that it's harder for bombers to aim at you. Another thing to always remember is to wiggle your turret when reloading or when you are being aimed at, since even the slightest movement can make it harder for enemies to hit the turret cheeks, especially the tanks with slow ammunition velocity. Use the MAUS to cap points since it is rigid. It can't be easily killed by most tanks in a face-to-face interaction. Just be careful if you are alone, since it is easy to flank a MAUS if you die while doing so. The flexible term and leopard in your platoon can finish off the tanks due to its high mobility and shell types. Although they don't have Phoebus armor, they are strong in killing off enemies if used properly. It takes a bit while to get used to the playstyle of the MAUS, except when you have played the T95, because they are similar in terms of armor and speed. It's more easier to adapt to its playstyle in that case. If you chose to use less ammo like me, which is around 10, staying at the cap will replenish your ammo one by one, which is important to know when using less. In order for you to keep fighting, you need ammunition, and stopping at the cap makes that possible. Here is a perfect example as to why you must not bring a secondary ammo when using the MAUS. As we can see, its ammunition exploded, since I shot the right place. But in a case where they don't shoot the ammo rack, and you bring less ammo, your chances of survival increases. Now in this match, it will show you the example of play that perfectly fits the MAUS playstyle. Despite my lacking aiming skill, the fact that I have less ammo makes it forgiving for such mistakes. Also, don't forget to utilize smokes when possible, since it makes it extra hard for enemies to kill you. They will hesitate to move carelessly when smokes are hindering their sight. And you also must not move carelessly like I did in this, going in without checking if there are more enemies from the side. I could have easily died, but somewhat still ended up alive, because of T10 did not bother killing me. In this case, one of my allies can support me from the other side, which highlights the importance of not being alone. Big thanks for the help. Funny. Despite at the early game we were losing, we managed to get all 3 caps back, which is important to win a game. And now it will show why it is important to have high survivability in order to defend a cap or win a game. Its slow traverse is painful to watch. Despite being shot for a few times, I still survived, highlighting the increase in chances of survivability. That loading circle with ammo shows that your ammo is being replenished. And in order for that to complete, you need to stay still and stop traversing your tank. It is fine to move the turret. Almost died, but managed to survive till the end. Thanks for watching and look forward to more MAUS content.